Today, we're talking about heads. Now, in your normal playthroughs of Minecraft, it's pretty easy to come across your normal wither skeleton skulls and dragon heads, but did you know you can actually collect other mob heads in Minecraft? It's a fairly complicated process, but thanks to some recent updates, it's actually a lot easier, and I haven't caught a lot of people picking up on this. So today, I'm going to show you guys the easiest method to get mob heads in Minecraft. So in this chest here, I have pretty much everything you'll need. Now, previously, the only method was to have a trident with channeling. That is because for this method, you will actually need a charged creeper, and charged creepers are pretty rare to come by in the wild. And so what you would do is you would wait for a thunderstorm, use your trident with channeling, and channeling would cause a strike of lightning to come down from the sky and turn your creeper into a charged creeper. But with the newest update, we have lightning rods, and so you can easily just get 3 copper ingots, create yourself a lightning rod, and just, what I like to do is trap a creeper in a little hole like this, and just place a copper rod there, and then get a creeper in here, and wait for lightning to strike. It's pretty simple. Now, some other extra things you might want to make this work is potentially some pretty good armor with blast protection. I would just totally dismiss doing this at all on hardcore, by the way, because there's a very good chance you will die, because charge creepers do an ungodly amount of damage on hardcore. So if you're in a hardcore world, I would just forget about it, and also maybe a slightly weaker sword, just so you can weaken your mob before attacking it. But we're going to go away from this little base here. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do this. Now, like I mentioned before, we will need a lightning storm, not just rain, but thunder. And so what you can do is just wait for a thunderstorm, but since they're kind of rare, we're just going to do /weather thunder. So if you're okay with cheating or using commands, you can just do that, or just wait for a thunderstorm. So now that it's nice and dark, what I'm going to do is just grab some creeper spawn eggs here, and I'm going to show you guys how I do this. So I would just dig out a pit, find a creeper, get him to follow you in the pit if you're in survival, and then just place the lightning rod nearby. Now, this isn't necessarily always, this isn't always as quick as using channeling, but, it still works, because if I go right over here, spawn a creeper, channeling, boom, we have a supercharged creeper, and it takes 2 seconds. Now, this is where things get dangerous. We have a few options. We can get zombie heads, we can get skeleton heads, or we can get creeper heads. So we're going to try to start off with a zombie head. Now, the reason I recommended a weak sword is because we want to make sure this mob dies. The creeper doesn't have to just explode on the mob, but the creeper has to kill the mob. And so I like to make sure that the mob is, fairly weakened before we do this. So we're going to go into game mode survival, and we have to have this charged creeper blow up on this zombie and kill it, and hope that in the process it doesn't kill us. And if you're lucky, it won't. And I did see a zombie head. Where is it? Oh, it's down there. I don't want the creeper to blow it up, though. Okay, let's head over here. Let's go back into game mode creative really fast and collect our rewards. So there we go. We have a zombie head, but the same thing works, like I said, with other mobs if we want. Okay, we have a skeleton right here. So very easy. We can, spawn or find a creeper if we're in survival. Use a lightning rod or our channeling trident. Do that. We can go into game mode survival. Ooh, but before we do that, I guess let's weaken the skeleton up a little bit. So we'll go into game mode survival. Get this charged creeper to follow us. Come on. This blast protection netherite armor really helps. Let's see if we can get 2 in 1. Let's see if we can... Oh, dang it. Okay. Let's see if we can get the charged creeper to blow up the normal creeper. That might be hard to get them in around the same place, but let's see. Did I do it? Oh, no. I think the normal creeper blew up first. Well, we were close, but yeah. You can do this to get a lot of other mob heads, so... Again, it's not that hard. It's a fairly simple and fun process. Now, a couple things to note. First off, you clearly don't need blast protection for netherite armor. That was just for the sake of this video. If you're okay with dying, or you can avoid creeper explosions really well, then go for it. However, supercharged creeper explosions do way more damage than normal creeper explosions. In hardcore Minecraft, creepers themselves can really easily kill you, but a supercharged creeper, unless you have the best of the best armor and defenses, there's a good chance you're going to die. So if you're in hardcore, I would just pretty much avoid this altogether, unless you're a really good Minecraft player and you're down for a challenge. Now, the other thing that can be a little difficult is thunder. Again, thunderstorms are, not rare, but they don't happen super commonly. And so you'll have to wait for one if you're on a server or on survival and you don't want to cheat. But if you're okay with using commands, then just use commands. And for those of you that do want to use a trident, obviously all you have to do is kill a drowned, which get a trident from them is It's pretty hard. They don't getting tridents from drowns on Bedrock Edition isn't too hard, but on Java, it's pretty difficult, and so be careful of that. But it's really easy to just get 3 copper ingots, make yourself a lightning rod, trap a creeper in a hole, and boom, you're good. The only thing you have to be careful of is when you trap the creeper in the hole and let it out, make sure to not let the creeper blow you up. And there we have it. You know, previously in Minecraft, I thought you could only get wither skeleton skulls, which have like a 2.5% chance from dropping from wither skeletons, or the dragon head, which you can get on end city ships. But using this method, you can get all sorts of other mob heads, and it's super cool. They're really rare, they're really unique, and now that you know the super tough process you have to go through to get them, even if you use commands, it's still not easy. You know, you still have a very high chance of dying. Definitely show it off to all your friends, or it's a nice little centerpiece for your base, because it's definitely an achievement getting one of these, especially in hardcore. I have never attempted this in hardcore. I'm pretty decent at hardcore, but man, you'd have to be really good to try it out. But anyways, guys, that is all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you found this useful, let me know down in the comments below how it worked out for you. And if you're tough enough, try it out in hardcore. But I warned you guys, don't do it. But that's all for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. My name is JWhisp. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.